A Rutherford Weather Storm Alert.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. We have just been issued a severe thunderstorm warning for the northwestern part of Rutherford County. Honestly, we got the special weather statement. I was getting ready to just put the radar up and have it going here for us, and then the actual warning popped in. So let's dive in and take a look at the warning. It is in effect. Well, let me just pull up the information here. For the next 35 minutes, this is for northwestern Rutherford County until 2:30. Expect wind gust of possibly 60 miles an hour with this. And also, this is radar indicated. So the impact for areas Smyrna and Laverne primarily. This storm is, I need to see how fast it's moving, east at 30. All right, so let's kind of dive in and take a look. Here are the areas that are within the warning. We're seeing already over in Laverne, right by Hurricane Creek Trail and the greenways for Laverne, Veterans Memorial Park, this storm pushing in. Now let's get it in motion here. You can see these are pretty fast movers at 30 miles an hour. This is in effect until 2:30 and just does get into parts of Murfreesboro. So now we're going to put a storm track on it here just for the areas in Rutherford County. And again, it is moving kind of east-southeast. We'll give it, the warning polygon area, and moving at 30 miles an hour. So this is going to give us some times of arrival here. Rocky Fork in the next 12 minutes. 14 minutes for Laverne, Smyrna 17 minutes, Blackman 24 minutes, Jefferson Springs 24 minutes, Leanna 28 minutes, Mona 28 minutes. So the further you get away from Smyrna, close to a half an hour, a little less. For areas that are in the Smyrna-Laverne area, it's going to be upon you here in the next few moments. Okay, we'll do another storm track here in just a second. And I'm going to leave this up so we can actually get the information here going for you. But first of all, let's check in with weatherology meteorologist Ray Miller to give us an update on this severe thunderstorm warning.
And good afternoon. Western parts of Rutherford County, it does continue until 2:30 this afternoon. And the main threat here continues to be strong winds. We've seen indications of winds up to 60 miles an hour earlier around the Brentwood area. The leading edge of the winds now pushing into the Nolensville area, and then this will move into western portion of Rutherford County. We're mainly talking about the area along and west and northwest of Interstate 840, so northwest of Murfreesboro back toward the Smyrna area, and especially south of Smyrna, that area right along Interstate 24. That's going to be our focus in terms of gusty winds with this storm. So if you are in that area, remain inside a strong building and stay away from windows until this warning expires. Very little in the way of hail indicated with this, perhaps a little bit of small hail just south of Nolensville. But overall, the main threat with this storm as it moves into Rutherford County will be those gusty winds of up to 60 miles an hour.
So it's pretty much the area that, if you're looking at the current radar, is right now near Nolensville and or right upon Nolensville now, and moving to the just east southeast. Okay.
As well. South of the interstate, again, right over Nolensville and extending south from there. That's really showing the strongest indications of strong winds at this time.
Yeah, kind of showing a Boeing presentation on radar, so that may be where we get that leading edge of winds. The National Weather Service in Chad is saying, this could be one of those that causes some trouble with trees and power lines, possibly.
Yeah. Smaller tree branches, and of course, power lines susceptible to any kind of strong wind. So that's what we're likely to see here, kind of scattered across the area through the next half hour.
Very good, Ray. Thank you for the update. All righty. That is meteorologist Ray Miller with an update. So, that was one of the things that I have not had the chance to set up is the way that he actually goes on the air with us as well. So hopefully we'll have that for next time. And we also need to jump on radio here to give an update for that. So if you will bear with me, we're going to get some of that going. I do want to do a storm track here from this area of the storm where Ray mentioned. Well, here we go. Storm track. I need to get this away. Okay, here we go. Now a storm track on the really the leading edge of this that is moving. I'm going to actually take it out of the polygon there just a little bit. 30 miles an hour with 60 mile an hour wind gust. Now this is going to give you maybe some different times of arrival. I was talking about, Smyrna and some areas toward Leanna and Walter Hill. The strongest part of the storm may actually, not that we're all in northwestern Rutherford County not going to see this storm, but the highest winds, as Ray was talking about just a moment ago. So it looks like Rocky Fork in the next 7 minutes, over toward Ambleville in 10 minutes, Little Hope 14 minutes, Blackman 18 minutes, Florence 20 minutes, about a half an hour for Murfreesboro and Blackman if this continues on, and this warning goes for another 29 minutes. So if this part of the storm stays severe, then we're likely to see that maybe extended through south central Rutherford County. So kind of giving you a heads up there. So there's the storm track. Let me clear that off. I'm going to put the radar in motion and set up a few things here to have our radio audience join so we can make sure that they're informed as well. But where you see the orange flashing polygon, that is the area under a severe thunderstorm warning. So hang tight with us. We're going to get a few things set up and we'll be right back. Good afternoon, everyone. We are checking in on the Rutherford Weather Channel. Checking in once again. We are checking in on our send and receive.
Sales are slipping. The reason is clear. Consumers have started to reduce the amount of money
One,
they
two.
spend in fast food
One, two.
restaurants because
One,
food
two.
prices have gone up by so much over the last few years.
CBS's Jill Schlesinger. At
for the first time ever, the top 2 albums in the country are K-pop. Stray Kids debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. We offer auto, home, and commercial auto.
Rosetta Stone's lifetime unlimited subscription. Visit rosettastone.com/radio today to purchase and then learn for life. That's rosettastone.com/radio.
Find what?
Well, it appears we are having a little bit of an issue with our connection back to the radio station. So we will just stick right here on Rutherford Weather and give you all the updates that we can. And I'm not seeing any new updates here from the National Weather Service other than now we have a special weather statement for parts of the county. So this is pretty much the western half of the county, okay? Let me see if I can draw a line here for you. So this would pretty much be and of course now I'm having a computer issue here. So we'll see how that resolves itself. Still working out a few of the kinks, right? Here we go. Always kinks when it happens in a quick manner. So now that we have the radar pulled up here, we're seeing that the storms are pushing in over the Rutherford County line. So anywhere from Walnut Ridge, Stone Ridge, Rock Springs, Rocky Fork. Right here, you will see the Rock Springs School. Right. Now here is Triune and Amelville. So this is once again working the county line here. Kind of goes right there. So we can see the storms here in Arrington and in Nolensville and how the leading edge has pushed in to the northern part of the county there now. The special weather statement is for Eagleville, Versailles, Windrow, and for that area, not expecting the winds to be as severe, about 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts there being reported. With this, what will be our southern extent. Okay. Not sure why we have buzzing, but see if we can't get some of that off and going for you. Severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Rutherford County. That's going to continue. Let's Let's see here. We're hearing a little bit of thunder here in our neck of the woods. There are more storms back to the west, too. So let me just kind of put this in motion for you just for a moment. We can see where that line is kind of coming together and now bulging forward. That's going to give us our straight line wind issue possible. Load up the new radar data there. We are seeing some power outages in Nashville, about 3,000 without power there. So that's something new here as well. See if we can dive in and look at some of the wind product with this too. Leading edge. Yeah, it looks like, and this are taken way up in the air, but some areas toward Green Hill, just south of Smyrna High School. I'm sure Smyrna High School is seeing some high winds at this moment as well. Not really using this to just kind of get an idea on some of the wind gust that could be possible here. So don't worry about those numbers that you see, just kind of looking at that real quick. So here is our radar where we're seeing the storms have pushed into and about to go through Rocky Fork. Here's Southern Meadows, Stewart's Creek High School. Next up in line will be Browns Chapel. Next up in line will be Blackman, Amaville already in part of this. So here at about 2:12, see if there's any further update here. Nothing yet from the National Weather Service. So we're seeing the lightning kind of pick up back here as well. It would be in this general area. So if you live anywhere in western Rutherford County, you're under either a severe thunderstorm warning or, for the southern extent of that, a special weather statement with wind gusts that could reach 40 miles an hour. And here's the one thing that we're talking about, how when these storm systems kind of have a backwards C shape, if you will, or kind of called bowing, where the wind's pushing it forward. That's kind of what we're seeing here. Still kind of keeping our eye on, well, I need that to go away. Blackman, you're going to be next up for this, down toward MMC West Lawn. So that would be 840 and Veterans Parkway. A little further north up toward Florence by the Roselawn Memorial Gardens between Murfreesboro and Smyrna. That's kind of where that county line is. Let's let the radar come through and give us a sweep. All right. Time for us to get an update on the severe thunderstorm warning. It's in effect for another 15 minutes or so, and also that special weather statement just to the south. So it looks like if you're in Rutherford County, we're going to see some storms, and some could have some pretty good winds, Ray.
Rutherford County, the area northwest of Interstate 840, from Smyrna on down to the south. That's where we're still seeing indications of 60-mile-an-hour winds this time. Still very little indication of any hail at this, perhaps a little bit of small hail. But in general, this continues to be a wind threat and continues to show fairly consistent signs of 60-mile-an-hour winds. So if you're in the area northwest of Murfreesboro, south of Smyrna, that's our target area now for those strong winds. Move inside a strong building and stay away from windows if you're in that area. We've seen a little bit of a weakening trend, very, very subtle. But again, overall, this storm is still very likely to produce those 60-mile-an-hour winds that we may end up needing an extension of this warning further east into Rutherford County to include the city of Murfreesboro, because it's not weakening particularly quickly. Just in the last one radar scan here, a little bit of a decrease in intensity, but those wind indications are still quite strong. So still very likely looking at 60-mile-an-hour winds over western Rutherford County and starting to move toward the central part of the county by that 2:30 expiration time.
Okay, very good, Ray. We appreciate the update. Did just see a National Weather Service chat from Nashville Weather Service meteorologist Scott Unger that it seems as though this storm isn't quite done. It has perked up on TNA again, or TBNA. That's one of their radar products. Might be causing some issues at 24 at 840. So here is 24 at 840 right in here. Okay. So they're talking about this part of the storm. All righty. So kind of keep that in mind. So we're talking Blackman, it's upon you here. Manson Park, Brookdale, Glendale, Embassy Suites, Blackman High School. Here is the Old Nashville Highway. So it's really kind of what they're talking about, the southern extent of this warning polygon. Murfreesboro severe weather. Said I'm in South Murfreesboro, can feel a good 10-mile-per-hour inflow heading toward the storms. And Murfreesboro Fire and Rescue saying I'm sitting at Medical Center and Highway 41 now, pulling into the parking lot not far from the location that meteorologist Scott Unger reported. So he's going to update, said it just started raining heavily there. So this report came in from this area, Highway 41 and 840. If you're anywhere near New Vision Church, Stones River Battlefield, MMC Garrison Drive, St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital, that's this cluster here. That's going to be just inside this warning. Not going to be surprised if we see this extended, especially for the issues with wind. Let's back out and give you a whole perspective here. Here's the radar in motion. You can see how it's kind of had a wiggle to the south and east. It's moving east, but has had a wiggle in that direction. Not discounting what you folks down in Eagleville and out toward Windrow and overall are going through right now. But the strongest part of the storm is going to be right in here. And my telestrator, I'm having to use a different one because it's not working. I apologize for that. It's just a litany of things that have gone a little sideways on us. Hang in there with us. We're continuing to watch and monitor. When you see the sweep come through, that is another live update of the radar. So this is going to be a reissuance of this storm, a severe thunderstorm warning. They're working on putting that together right now. So that's going to come out here at any moment. Let's see here. It's our radar sweep, so that's going to give us some updates here. So yeah, it's getting really close to the western edge of that. Here's the Lane Agri Park Embassy Suites. So let's give a heads up further down to Old Fort Park Greenway, Toots on Broad. Here's the Rutherford County Courthouse. We may be getting a view of this storm here from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office as well. See if I can see in which direction that it is moving or looking. Looks like it is looking toward the downtown. The skies are dark, but it's not in that area at this point.
They say they have it calculated out, and we looked at the numbers, about 8 years we have it all back between like the IT.
All right. Looks like we could be getting anywhere from 55 to 65 mile an hour winds right now, south of 840 and west of 24. So that new warning, you can see the rain beginning to fall there at the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. I'm going to leave that up for you. So that is the extension of the severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to carry it out even through Bradyville into nearby Cannon County. Let me pull up the particulars here. Till 3 o'clock now, southeastern Rutherford County in Middle Tennessee. 60 mile per hour wind gust, maybe pea-size hail, but that's really not what we're seeing right now. And let's take the camera here, give you a wider shot of this. This is New Salem. And boys, the wind rocking the camera there. See if we can give you another look here. This would be, can't make it actually go there. So this would be a look at the Rutherford County Courthouse on the square as the storm is coming in from the west. Central Rutherford County until 12:30. Take a look at this. I mean, this is the scene atop the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office right now. Severe thunderstorm warning continues until it's going to be 3 p.m. Trying to do a little multitasking here. So if you're watching us on the Rutherford Weather Channel, you can see nothing but gray, right? That is the camera on top of the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. It is just coming down in buckets right now. Let's try to take a look at the storm here and give you a track on the part of the storm that has the warning, that has the gusty winds. Not sure why it is doing that. Okay. Now that I've got that figured out. So let's try to go from the leading edge of the storm through the warning polygon. Keep zooming out for me. I'm not really doing that, but. And again, moving at 30 miles an hour. 6 minutes for Barfield and Murfreesboro, moving further east toward Mankinville and Rucker in the next 11 to 12 minutes. Gum, 17 minutes, 22 minutes, Floration, and on into Cannon County there. So as suspected, as we've been telling you here, we've got a reissuance of the severe thunderstorm warning traveling or going until 3 p.m. for really the southeastern portions of Rutherford County, Ray, and the storm kind of keeping its umph going, if you will.
Again.
Okay, now we got you.
There we go.
Yeah. So this storm kind of keeping its umph together, if you will.
Yeah, it is maintaining its strength. And of course, we mentioned during the last update the possibility of seeing this warning extended, and now it has been until 3 o'clock. The heart of the strong winds now right along Interstate 24. It's now crossed east of Interstate 840, really between Overall and Murfreesboro. That's the heart of the stronger winds. I think we'll see some of the 60-mile-an-hour winds in both of those communities over the next couple of minutes, but especially just on the southwest side of Murfreesboro, right along Interstate 24. I think that's where we're going to have the most likely location for 60 and perhaps now even 65-mile-an-hour winds. This is still looking very impressive in terms of that wind potential as it continues to move to the southeast now across central portions of Rutherford County. So like we mentioned before, the kind of damage we'd see with this would be power lines knocked down, smaller tree branches and limbs. That's the sort of thing that we'll be dealing with as this moves across the area here through the next half hour. So be prepared for that. Move inside a strong building and stay away from windows. Again, very little hail indicated with this storm here, perhaps some very small hailstones in the Murfreesboro area in the next 10 minutes or so. But frankly, this is just more wind than anything else. Those 60 to perhaps 65-mile-an-hour winds moving right across the central part of Rutherford County and through the Murfreesboro area over the next couple of minutes.
Very good. Meteorologist Ray Miller joining us with an update there, and just what you're seeing here on the Rutherford Weather Channel is kind of our storm velocity, kind of shows us where the heaviest or the higher the winds are, and that's exactly where we were just pointing out there to you. Let's see here. Anywhere that you see it's kind of a fuchsia color, or I'm not even sure, an orangish color. That's the area right around 24 that we're seeing some of the best wind velocities. Best as in highest, not best as in good. Could give us 60, maybe even 65 mile per hour wind gust. Let's look back at the normal reflectivity. You can see where it's really coming down. So if you're anywhere near the downtown area, the courthouse, you're definitely seeing the rain and wind right now. That is the county courthouse at this moment, where the winds are really picking up. See the heavy rain falling as well. You can maybe even hear a bit of the thunder going here through the microphone. Not sure if you can see or hear that or not. Maybe you're seeing it at your home anyway. So that's the downtown Murfreesboro camera. And back to the radar, so we know that at the Rutherford County Courthouse, it's really coming down. this is all we can see from high atop the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. So if giving a heads up here to Pleasant View, Mount Tabor, Burns Place, Gum, Black Fox Elementary, it's right on your doorstep. So if you live in that area of Black Fox, near Bradyville Pike and Dilton, see if maybe I can give us do a storm track here again. Give us some new times. So it's pretty much picking up on our southern extent. I really should have pushed that a little. Let me do another one on there, okay? Kind of where this leading edge is. I apologize, it keeps zooming out, and I have not figured that out here. So pretty much the same as I had. Mankinville, 5 minutes. Rucker, 5 minutes. Gum, 10 minutes. Floration, 16 minutes. This is going right through downtown Murfreesboro right now. Murfreesboro severe weather. Got a 30-mile-per-hour gust at my house just a couple of minutes ago. Murfreesboro Fire and Rescue saying no calls yet in Murfreesboro, but he was the fireman that was reporting where he was near I-24 at 840, I believe it was, and said the wind is rocking his car pretty hard right now. We did just get a radar update, or it's working on the radar update. That's why you see the rings there. And here it comes back around. So if we zoom in, you'll see what it looks like on the radar change. And there's our update. It's really right in this area where we're seeing, looks like the biggest part of this wind bag come through. Kind of where we have this bowing out as well. The storm is beginning to push on out in front. So I told you about Kittrell and Floration just a moment ago. But this storm is definitely taken some changes here. Can back it up 1 frame and 2 frames. You can see where it's kind of this portion of the storm that was, I guess, not really attached to the main wind maker has now become part of that. You're really getting it right now at Riverdale High School. You're going to stay in the heavy rain for a while as well. And a lot of the lightning is kind of behind this once the damaging winds come through. Really sure that sheriff's office camera helps us very much, at least, but it does, I guess, show us that it's really coming down out there. So if you are in this warning polygon, it is flashing orange. And if that's all you can see is that orange color, the storm hasn't gotten to you yet, if that makes sense. So anywhere from Elam Mill Road, Slab, down to Barrett Manufacturing, down 24. Plainview Elementary, you're just in the very southeastern portion of this. along Highway 99. And down 41. Expect to see this soon. The warning is in effect for another, let's say 25 minutes or so. Just had the National Weather Service put out some information. It's just a reissuance of the 60 miles an hour. They do say that the storm is moving east at 40 now, and I may have missed that earlier. So it's picked up some forward momentum here as well. Let's bring it forward here and take it at 40 miles an hour and see if we get an update on some of the about the same times. Change the method in which I am using here to do the storm track as well. Just saw a lightning flash there, didn't we? In the camera. Let's take a look at the Rutherford County Courthouse and see how things are going. Nothing really from there, can we see? This is Oakland's mansion, and it is definitely very wet there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take our radar. See if we can get some additional cameras here to maybe load. Got our radar sweep coming through. This next time, it just kind of everything filled in there, our little notch. Let's take a look at the Rutherford County Courthouse. And we can see that things have definitely calmed down there a little bit. To take a moment to kind of reload my radar here. So pretty much the entire Rutherford County area